maybe for things that we might not appreciate, but we want to fill the space with things that we appreciate and let you see here, this is an area that you can rent for the future. This is an area where you can have a picnic. This is your city, so you should participate in it and believe that every single inch and square foot of the city is yours, and you need to take ownership for it. And that's what we are striving to do here. That wasn't in my notes, that was off script. So my name is Bayah Muhammad. I did not introduce myself. Again, give yourself a round of applause for being here this morning. I'm going to promise not to bore you or take a long time, because I actually want you to mingle in our space as you will in the future. So let's just take a really quick moment and think about things. Where have things been in our community? I was out of town yesterday. I had to make an emergency trip. And several people asked me, hey, what's going on in Rochester? How is Rochester? And all I could say was everything that's good. You know, because I'm taking it from my perspective. My perspective is I see a number of business owners that's standing in front of me right now that we have helped support. I'm not sure if you would have had that opportunity if it wasn't for this organization stepping up, and also the board members, and also our staff being risky, not on all of you, because some of you sitting here, I'm like, you have great credit, but also the belief in you as a contributor to this city, contributor to this economy. You hire people, you care about the community, you care about your space. So that's why we're here. That's why we helped create the Business Lab. The Business Lab just didn't come out in a vacuum. We were sitting in the office one day and said, hey, how about we apply for a grant? It's not how it happened. It happened because we actually talked to you. We took notes. Our CEO, I don't know where he is right now. He's a very meticulous type of person, loves numbers. Robert over there loves numbers, so we took notes. These are some of the needs that we hear. How are our businesses lacking? We have businesses coming in at total different stages. What do they need? We ask the question. Accounting, marketing, how do you get started? What networks do you plug into? We found out through the help of you, and I'm looking at coaches and business owners, that these were just some of the needs. How do you get from my home to actually launching a business? That is a tough thing. There are many business owners in here, and I know you can bear witness to this. It's hard. It's hard. Everyone now wants to have a side gig, a hustle, you know, but it's actually hard. How do you do that when you work 8 to 16 hours a day? You have to take your children to camp. You have to do homework with your children. You're going back to school. How do you do that? You need help. And in our community, we have not asked for help. And so we want to be a source of help, but we also want to introduce you to people here that are more than qualified to help you in your business. If we do that, we'll have a better society, we'll have a better economy, and we won't have to focus on, like the news is focused on, all the negative things that we know are going on in our community, but they don't dominate the good things that are happening in the community. And as you notice, and if you have friends in media, call them. We did call them. They're not here. There's nobody getting killed here. There's no car getting stolen here. It's not going to happen. But it's positive behavior here happening here, and they're not here. So we have to hold people in our community accountable for what they're not reporting, accountable for what they're reporting. But we're here not to focus on that. We're here to focus on the Business Lab. So some of the things that the Business Lab will offer, QuickBooks, MS Office, Live Plan, and also coaching. Ultimate goal is to get companies and individuals ready to access capital, also education and network. We've partnered with MCC for the last 2.5 years now to provide and launch a business class. We've collaborated with a number of you. But these are the things that we've gathered from other businesses and coaches to say, hey, this is what I need. We need to create a safe space where people are not feeling intimidated by coming in and networking with their colleagues. So the Business Resource Lab, as we open the doors to our Business Resource Lab today, we embrace and harvest it. We are taking it very seriously in everything we do. We plan, we survey, we ask a lot of questions because we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. So an old African proverb says, knowledge is a garden. If it isn't cultivated, you can't harvest it. So we are taking this very, very seriously. And I liken this to the children that we have or we influence in our community. It's a garden. We have to harvest, we have to cultivate it, we have to till the earth. If we don't do that, we won't have a great society. It's the same thing for small businesses and entrepreneurs. If we do not focus on our corridors as we focus on other areas of the city, we won't have a vibrant community. So my dream, and I would say the board's dream and our staff dream is, you can go to any pocket of this city. You can sit down with your significant other to have a bite to eat. You can go get some vitamins if you need it, and groceries, or I don't like to say pharmaceuticals, but people need them. Get everything that you need in the community without getting in the car, without getting in the bus to go to Walmart, or taking that money outside of this economy. We need the money to flow hundreds of times here to have a better place to live. So quickly, I mean, I've said a lot here. I don't know if we have representatives from ESL Bank, but we're expecting. I think about 6 or 7 months ago, when you talk about innovative and stepping up, ESL put out an RFP wanting to support Black or Latino women-led companies. So we applied, and we didn't apply just to say, hey, we're just going to try to supplement our salaries. We applied to provide a service for our community. And so they have been very innovative, I would say. They have opened in areas in our community that normally, people are just throwing away now. So we give them a round of applause for just being innovative. So I'd like to thank my team here. And when I say my team, I'm saying our team, because I don't own them. These are all smart people. They've taken a huge risk of working in economic development. So I'm recognizing we have Sarah. She's our marketing and communications. Give her a round of applause. We have Maria Oliver, who handles our finances. We have our COO, Tracy, back there. We have Akil. I'm going to call him our banker. And we have Rob in the back. That is not Rob. I know what I'm saying. I said Rob, yeah. And we have Evelyn in the back there. So let me be very clear. None of this would be possible.
Lori.
Yeah, where is Lori? Yeah, excuse me, Lori. And Lori holds us all together. Literally. None of this would have been possible without our team. You cannot lead an organization or attempt an organization without good team members. But also, REDCO is a learning organization. We promote learning. We put our folks through class. We have to always be learning. So I thank them so much, because I couldn't have done this. I mean, I know people, I can connect people, but I couldn't have pulled this off by myself. So I thank the team, and I thank you. I also want to thank Christina at ESL, Ijamu Kitwana, Eric Van Duzen, and President Fahim Masood. I just thank them. Let's give them a round of applause. And I thank you as business owners. I see a number of business owners here. My hope is that you collaborate, get the numbers, do your cue cards, or DMs, or whatever, all the stuff I don't know about. Do all that today, because this is part of the networking. This is part of the networking. Just a quick story. Tracy had a meeting the other day with a well-established business the other day. And he was surprised to know that there were some things dealing with marketing or being involved in associations that he did not know. And Tracy was able to introduce him to those organizations. I stepped in one of the bakeries that we supported, and the bakery owner didn't know the importance of getting his MWB certification with the state and what that connection was. And I was able to explain that, hey, this is why you need to get this. You're leaving money on the table. These are some of the things that we want to continue to do, but also expand. And I have to say, we have a small team here to expand with your help. So I thank you again. What we're gonna do now is we're organizing, or Sarah's organizing some tours to take you through our office. You don't have to come and leave, but we have a narrow hallway. We want to respect everybody's space, and I see my board chair coming up. So I don't know if that's a good. I did not recognize him, so I'm gonna recognize him now. He wears 2 hats. He is the chair. I mean, a few hats. He's the chair. He's a commissioner MBD, and I do consider him a friend. So let's bring on our board chair right now.
Thank you. I'm not going to belabor this. I really don't want to make this any longer than it is because we have a lot of other things. But I just want to recognize Bea because, you know, Bea Muhammad is a visionary. He is a hardworking individual, and he did something that not many of us would do. He took a tremendous leap of faith. He left a high-level, well-paying job working for the city of Rochester to leave that and come here, and somehow he managed to drag Maria with him. I don't know how he did that. To come and work in the basement of the parking garage and try to set up REDCO. And REDCO has been around for a long time. I mean, it started back in 1983, but it was a very different REDCO at that time. It primarily made loans to very large industrial businesses, the Hollader Business Park and places like that. It wasn't actually making any money available to small businesses in the community. And Bea, through his vision, came over, took over REDCO, completely transformed it from an arm of the city government into an independent 501c3 organization, and then started supporting businesses in the city. And that is a critical thing for all of us because we need businesses in the city. Part of my department is trying to help businesses in the city, but very often we end up referring those businesses to REDCO because REDCO has more flexible funding, it has a better opportunity to be out in the community, and has staff that are really focused on and knowledgeable of what businesses need. So I just want to thank Bea. I want everybody to just recognize him. And I knew he wouldn't recognize himself, so I just kind of butted in because I want to make sure that he gets the recognition that he deserves for taking that leap of faith, leaving a nice, comfortable job and doing something that is both uncomfortable and challenging. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you. No, I really wouldn't recognize myself because I know the power of the team, and also too, you know, I'm a little introverted. Some of you know that better than others. But he said a nice, it was not an easy job being a commissioner. So Dana has a huge task. And as we're in leadership, and I particularly want to say those who traditionally have not been, your women in the community, your Black and Latino, they need your support. Yeah, there's enough critics. I mean, I don't have the silver bullet, but I mean, I need support. Dana needs support. This is hard. Women need support because people are coming after you. The devil is coming after you. I don't want to start preaching today, but the devil's coming after you. And we need critique, mentorship, love. But these positions are hard. So any opportunity I get to mentor someone younger, and I look forward to being in a different stage in my life where I'm like, hey, come on, you know, I'll meet you for coffee. Come on, you know. I look forward to that because, you know, leadership, being a community leader, I'm looking at Mr. DeMont, it's hard. It's hard work, and everybody's like, oh, you're not doing it right. You're not doing this right. Oh, your business, oh, why aren't you doing this? You should have socials. And you know what you want to do. and just execute and do it. That doesn't mean you don't take advice, but you know what you need to do to make your business successful. That's why you're here today. I said I'm done, but I do want to recognize LaShonda, doctor. No, raise your hand. This is why she inspires me. I remember when she got started with Connected Communities. I remember sitting in the rooms with her. She's a tough woman, but look at where they are now. Just perseverance, her being steadfast. They just acquired about 5 buildings. I went to their open house the other day. 7. And you know what? Didn't let them go to foreclosure because that's what could have happened. Because I know the critics were out there, see, look. But no, this organization took them over. They need your support. We need your support. So take your checkbooks out right now. No. But thank you. Sarah will be organizing the tours right now. Are you coming up?
Yep.
Okay.